Well, first of all, Coach, congratulations on the win. Can you kind of take us through what it says about this team and how you feel about their overall performance, the way they responded to the late adversity, and SMU making it a tight game?
Yeah, no, I love the game is hard to win. I know that's not like maybe that's a popular thing to say, and it sounds cliches, but it is. The other team, was they did a great job. First I would just say congratulations to SMU. I know they're disappointed in losing, but a good, hard-fought game, where there's nothing easy about winning and being successful, or again, just playing and competing and coaching in the game. But I love that about our team, the fight and the courage and the belief and the never flinch attitude that they had. Thought that's what you want to see. A year ago, I'm not sure if we would have figured out, a way to win that game. And I think there's a silver lining in knowing that at any point in time there, we had some moments there in the third quarter and the fourth quarter both where we had a real chance to, slam the door. We didn't, but there's a great opportunity to learn, whether self-inflicted penalties, got to clean up some technique or some pre-snap alignment, some positioning. I thought SMU made some really good competitive plays, and then again we had some opportunities there, a 4th and 1, and we're supposed to be in cover 2, and they ran the little fullback in the flat, and we have nobody there, and they threw it over our head there, and they converted that fourth down to extend a drive, but it's a split safety concept, and one side's doing one thing, one side's doing the other, and the guy didn't know what he was doing on his side. So just stuff like that to me, they're correctable, fixable, and but man, I love the attitude of the guys. And halftime was, again, really businesslike, and that's all part of the growth and the development of your team. And again, offensively, in the second half there, they came out and we had 9 plays, and again had some opportunities to extend that drive. We punted, and then we turned it over on downs the next drive, had an 11-play drive, and we got to be a little more efficient there and get that first down, and just whatever it is, and so they get the ball, but we turn around. We had 5 drives on defense in the second half. We forced a punt, 3 and out right out the gate, and get into a rhythm. Then we forced a fumble, and we had the long touchdown drive, and I took a penalty on that one that gave them 1st and goal as well. Can't happen. And then turned it over on downs the next drive. So we responded after a long touchdown drive, come back and go four plays for 5 yards, and then we had an interception there at the end. And the offense, after turning it over on downs, they come back and go 10-play, 75 touchdown, and then had a nice, again, after the interception, or the turnover and downs rather, they punched it in 3 plays, so for another touchdown to seal it. So a lot to really get better at, no doubt about it, but there was a lot to really be thankful and proud of our guys for finding a way to win. We had several guys, dudes had their first touchdown receptions, and so that was great to see. Marcus Major and Jalil and Andrell, fantastic job offensively. We're 50% on 3rd and 4th downs, and again defensively held them to 6 out of 20 on 3rd and 4th down. So great job efficiency-wise there, and there's so many more opportunities to be even better, and that's the name of the game. But Dylan again had 4 touchdowns. Again, no turnovers. We +3 on the season and a turnover margin, and we haven't turned the ball over on offense through 2 games. So a great job. They did again a lot of max protecting as well. Thought the quarterback did a good job of getting the ball out, fairly quickly. We kicked 4 punts that were inside the 20, pinned them inside the 20. That was an area that we didn't do very well a year ago, and so we got better doing doing that. Josh and Luke both, pinned him inside the 20-yard line and made it hard, until we gave up that touchdown. That was 7 quarters, before we gave up our first touchdown, but that's the longest stretch, in our program in the last 20 years of not allowing somebody to score a touchdown. And there's going to be, the players when they heard that, they know that we had a lot of opportunity not to allow them to score a touchdown. So again, a lot to get better at. We're 2-0. I'm proud of our guys and coaches for their fight, and going on the road next week.
And then just real quick, we know Danny Stutzman, the numbers, but how good was he?
Yeah, he was great. He's all over the field, 17 tackles, 2.5 tackles for loss, had a sack, and pressure, fumble recovery. He's a really good football player, and he plays with a relentless, mindset, plays fast, and he's a tough guy. So he had a really, really strong game. Keith Lawrence had a great strip, and Justin was a little bit banged up and fought through. Had his second career, interception as well. Some good hard tackling. There's some times we didn't tackle great, and but a lot to build on.
Thanks, Coach.
Brent, obviously the numbers in the end are pretty impressive for Tawi, but can you quantify how important his production was early? A lot of things weren't going right offensively.
Yeah, we were loading the box, making it really, really hard, and it was everything. We extended drives and ran really well behind his pads, and then we had a couple of really good long, tough runs there in the second half that really got us going offensively. So runs tough, and he's hard to tackle, and they can have everything just right, but he's got great power and agility, and he can bounce it too, as well as you saw.
Grant, we didn't see a lot of long throws today. Was that game plan, or was it something SMU was taking away from you?
Yeah, just playing really soft in the coverage, staying on top of things, and not wanting to give up the big play.
Brent, you were able to get...
What do you think the reason was where you say that's a game that we might let slip away a year ago? What's different now?
Well, again, we're a little more precise, a little stronger in the second half, and certainly the fourth quarter physically, fresher and stronger and more sure of themselves, and we got good chemistry on this team, and but I think a little more confidence in what we do on both sides of the ball schematically, which leads to a little more precision, and it can be better, as well. It can still be better.
Brent, Dillon's running ability, it seems like he's not just a guy that runs until somebody runs in. He looks to have a little vision. Is that something you feel like you can use, and do you see that in him?
No question, and he's going to be smart about it. That's the thing I like about him. He's got good savviness to him. He knows when things are closing on him fast, and so he's not subjected to collisions that are too violent anyway. And but he's got a really good feel, good pocket presence. He knows when to climb, and he recognizes these windows when you can do that, and that's frustrating for a defense. It's really frustrating. You want to play coverage, and then there's lanes, where the quarterback can climb. So helps extend drives, and sometimes it's maybe you end up punting anyway, but you're moving the field position and changing it, by having the ability to do that. So it's a good weapon to have.
Brent, we heard a lot about Peyton Bowen all off season. Just how good was he tonight? What does that say about the trust in him to have the placement?
No, he did a great job, and he's only going to get better. I don't know how good. What do you want me to say? Like a percentage on it, or give him a grade? I got to watch the video first. I love Peyton, and he's just so innocent. He don't know what he don't know yet, and but he makes plays, and he's super coachable. I love his humility. He has no ego whatsoever, and that's what is going to allow him to become a great player. And he's a hard-working dude, and he cares about his teammates, and he values his opportunity, and so he had a couple of really good plays tonight.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. How about the punt block?
Yeah, great job. And so Coach Vla and Coach Nunez called it, said we won't block a punt, and we thought it was going to be another guy, and Peyton did it. So that was that was a great job, and just another week of, making some really good plays in the kicking game, and so proud of Peyton and that unit, overall.
Brent, how do you feel about the Jackson Arnold snaps when he got into the game?
Yeah, it's pretty good. We got to get that first down on 4th and 1, and he'll learn, timing and fits and when to bounce and when to keep it tight, and but it's a good change of pace. We got, there's quite a bit more in that package, and something that he can do a lot of stuff, and as we all know, he can spin it. And so we'll continue to get him opportunities when it fits, and the timing's right.
Did you get clarification on the 4th down, whether that was reviewable or not?
Yeah, they reviewed it, and he was short. Yeah, but they reviewed it.
When your team answered when you got the answer on the 14-11, the way your offense answered there, you overcame 2 penalties on that drive too.
Yeah, we're fortunate, really fortunate to overcome, and but Tyler owned it, and the one ineligible down the field, and those can be game-changing mistakes, and this game will punish you when you don't do the basics, and that's really was our message going into this game. Get the basics right. This game will be about the little things. Really believe that, and we overcame some of the basic mistakes, but at the right time we did the basics right too, and so that's what it usually comes down to, though.
You guys were pretty confident coming into the season with the defense and the maturation between year 1 and year 2, and through 2 games, obviously, you guys have only given up 11 points. But has anything surprised you out there, maybe player-wise, unit-wise, that maybe you didn't see in fall camp that now you're seeing now that the lights are on?
I wouldn't say I didn't see it, but again, Kip Lewis had another strong night. Again, making the most of his opportunity. I think he had 9 or 10 tackles, and nothing surprises me. We just got to keep getting better. We got to keep getting better. And but it's been a hungry group that comes to work. And again, they let you coach them. They've got big goals, but they're not. They understand that there's a lot of work and a lot of sacrifice that's in front of them for them to have the ability to achieve their goals. And but I'm not really surprised. We can't stay healthy at corner. That's the one position where we don't have as much experience, and we can really ill afford that, but we can't seem to stay healthy there. So hoping for good health coming down the pipeline, but again, I think we showed some depth, at times here today, but not really surprised.
Do you have an update on Gentry?
I think he'll be fine. He was just a little tight.
Brent, you touched on it a little bit earlier, but what happened from your perspective on that sideline interference call?
What do you mean? I was in the white and he ran into me. So I was hoping for a warning, but I don't deserve a warning. But yeah, I gotta be better there.
Brent, when a team defends you the way you described them defending you, trying to take away the big play, is it your job to take what that defense is giving you, or is it your job to not let them limit you to that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. But got to be, again, a little more precise, and, we got to make plays when they're there. If it's a crossing route and I'm wide open, can't drop it. If it's, illegal man down the field, we can't afford to do that, And when the ball's coming down the field, man, we got to go up and make competitive plays too. So it's a little bit of everything, put them in, make adjustments, and if they're going to play us like this, and I think a lot of that's anticipating, what they're going to do, and having answers for that.
Brent, what would you make of their QB, Stone? He seemed to make a lot of plays, get out of contain a little bit.
Yeah, too much. We had one time where we intentionally flushed him. We're supposed to have somebody that's supposed to go get him, and we got caught in the trash. And he's athletic enough and stay on the edge, and man, he makes a freaking great play. Receiver comes back, and we're in a good position. They made some competitive plays. Woody's in great position on that, and the guy comes down with the ball, and quarterback makes a really good play. That's what good players are supposed to do. But I thought Preston did some really good things, and and at times we got a little nosy when we shouldn't, we can't, and so hopefully we'll learn, from some of that. But he's a good dual threat type of guy. That he's not RG3, but he's like a Jackson Arnold. They can beat you with his legs and improvise and buy time. But he did a nice job, tough guy, and made some good plays.
Brent didn't look pretty frustrated at times early in the game, but still finished with 4 touchdowns, 100 career touchdown. So what does that say about his demeanor to be able to bounce back and still help you guys get the win?
I mean, again, you would expect that. Guys played a ton of football, and again, there's going to be lots of moments where things don't go your way. I don't care what who you're lining up against. So, he's got great character, and he's a great leader, strong, and believes in himself, believes in those around him. So, again, at that position, you got to be an assassin, and he is.
Can you talk about PJ Adebawore? He hasn't got a lot of snaps, but the ones that he's been in, it seems like he's very, very close to second quarterback.
Yeah. PJ, he's got a great future, and we're trying to create more opportunity for him. And he missed a good part of most of the summer, and with an injury, so that set him back a little bit. But he's going to be a good one, and you'll see he'll continue to enhance his role.
Does the package with Jackson have a name in the meeting room?
Sub. It's just a sub package. Yeah.
You want us to come up with something clever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just taking out a linebacker and putting in a DB. Yeah.
Recruiting visits aside, you probably had a lot of players whose families these past couple games might have been on campus for the first extended period of time. How much is it your hope that this kind of becomes a home for them too, this campus and the community and the stadium?
For who? The recruits?
The players and their families as well that are traveling to be part of it.
Players on our team, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
players on our team.
Their families that are.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's very important to me and our staff that we help facilitate an amazing collegiate experience, and everything that they experience matters to me. And so if that's creating a space for them to be able to meet and gather and have relationships and enjoy the success of their kids together, that's a real thing. And I don't want them all to be at their own car and and flip open the trunk and by themselves. We created a space for them where, again, they feel like it is family. It's one thing to promote it, and it's another to make sure that you give them an environment that allows that naturally to happen. So really important to us, and I want them to love their experience and be sad when it's time to leave, parents and young men, and for them want to be a place that they always call home. That's very important to us.
How much of a difference did Mason Thomas make in your pass rush when he came back in, I guess, after missing game 1?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he was a little bit. I have to go back. I just got to watch the video to really be able to put a gauge on that. But it's great to have him back. He's super explosive. He's fast as all get out. We're better with a healthy Arm Mason, and even if it's just some pressure. And but I'd have to go back and look. But it's good to get him back.
Is he 100% with his ankle?
I bet you 100 isn't the right number, but I don't know the number.
Brent, you played Kip Lewis quite a bit, and you pointed out earlier that he's a ball man. He's always making a ton of tackles.
He's got
Talk
instincts.
about him a little bit, because he doesn't start for you, but he always ends up on the field.
And he's on special teams too, and he's a ball magnet. He plays really fast, and you saw him on that play. I mean, he comes off that edge and makes a hard right-hand turn. He's going to be a good one. and he's got great natural instincts, and then he's powerful for not a big guy. So he plays, much bigger than his stature, but he's a 6'2", 212-pound guy, so it's not like he's small. But he plays big and plays really fast, and he's really coming into his own and gives you the kind of depth that you need. Again, it's a long year, and we got to stay healthy and keep developing our team.
Brent, was Arpaio's on your sideline during the game?
I was made aware of just before I came in here that he was, and I think that's being dealt with or already has been. So.
Did you know he was?
No.
Your fans had some pretty strong reactions to seeing photos of him. What would you say to the fans?
I don't really, I've had no time to think about any of that. So.
Coach Key Lawrence comes in there and gets that.
Excuse me?
Key Lawrence went in there and got that fumble. What'd you say about what he did out there tonight?
No, he was good. We're seeing best Key Lawrence as a football player and leader since I've been here. And he's playing really good football. He had the one, I thought he's in great position. I think he made a great play. You'd love for him to turn around there, but down in the red zone, in the end zone there, those receivers, if you turn, they'll move away from you in a minute. And so we try to use the back of the end zone as an additional defender. And, I look at, the contained players being, at fault there. And then they made a really good play. But Keyshawn has made a ton of really good plays, great tackles, physical. And that was a really good play where he, pops it out of there. And I've been proud of Key, really coming into his own.
You see Woody almost tried to recover that and then realized I'm too close to the boundary and backed off.
Yeah.
Is that just a senior, fifth-year guy being smart?
Yeah. It laid there forever, didn't it? Like years. But, yeah, smart, really smart by him. All right. Y'all have a good one.
Thanks, Brent.